Well, I think we're live. I'm here with G Webs. Thanks for helping me out, G Webs.
You bet. Thanks for helping us out too.
The Glocktober thing. It looks like a lot of fun. It has been a lot of fun, actually. I was just telling you that I don't really have that many people associated with my Facebook page, and I don't know. Must have had like 30 or 40 people come on board just to get a Glock prize pack. So
That's pretty cool. Well, that's the whole idea, is just to kind
yeah.
of have fun and let people have something to give away.
So do you have a sense? I mean, I put it in my. Oh shoot! I need to go to my. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to go to the YouTube page and turn the volume down. I was hearing myself talk.
No worries. I don't know how annoying that is when you have yourself saying something to you with a delay of like 3 seconds. It's
Yeah.
impossible to talk.
So how did the Glocktober thing? I mean, I know Glock has their own Glocktober thing, right? But
Well,
did.
I didn't even know that. I mean, I've heard the Glocktober, of course, right? Everybody's something we've been saying, I guess, for a while. It's just
Hmm.
kind of a thing to say. But yeah, I guess they have a photograph or a photography contest going until the 16th. And just so people don't get confused, we put a link to theirs, to their Glocktober photography like giveaway or whatever it is. And but what happened is I was just chatting with a friend of mine named Zoran Denu over on the Facebook, and he's a photographer if you're not familiar with him, and he takes a lot of gun pictures, and he likes Glocks as much as I do, I suppose. Some of his pictures are about Glocks, so we were just kind of BSing in the comments and thought it'd be neat to do, nothing but Glocks for a month, and then, well, not nothing but Glocks, but do a Glock every day for a month, a Glock picture, post a Glock picture every day for a month, and so I just wanted to double check, using the word Glock. I figured it might be, just out of respect or just make sure that they weren't going to have a problem with that. I contacted Glock and asked them if it was okay, and they were real nice about it. In fact, they were willing to send a bunch of stuff to us to give away. So I actually said, hey, if you don't mind, send us a lot of little stuff instead of a couple of big things, because then that way they can give them away to more people. And they took that literally, and they sent us a lot of stuff. So we have enough for like 100. I'm gonna call them, we're calling them like Glock swag packs. Just Glock
Hmm.
logo merchandise. I just took some pictures today to help describe it all. But there's the Glock Annual, which is like a magazine, periodical that they put out yearly that has, just like a regular magazine, except I think it might be maybe a collection of all the articles that are written about the Glocks throughout the year, or the new models and stuff. And it's a pretty nice magazine that you can buy on store shelves. I suppose after SHOT Show probably. Anyway, we got a bunch of those, a bunch of the buyer's guides, which are like a deluxe catalog, has all the information about Glocks and really nice, printed, cool color or cool pictures and stuff. If you're a Glock fan, it's just a neat thing to have in the bookshelf. And then a bunch of the new Velcro patches, because now they came out with the patches with the Velcro on the back. You always had to sew your own Velcro on Glock
Hmm.
patches. And then stickers. So they sent us a bunch of stuff that would fit into a flat envelope, basically. And then, but they sent us so much of it, I had to think about shipping all that, right? So contacted a couple of friends in the industry, companies basically that didn't mind getting on board, and they not only gave us money to help ship everything, but then some of them gave us some products. So some of those swag Glock swag packages or whatever we're calling them, we'll end up having some other stuff as well. Like I said, I was just taking some pictures. The company The Wilderness out of Phoenix, they make belts and shirts and different types of pouches that are like um, less holster like, but are holsters, but are not quite the belly bands, they're not quite, or the waistband, type. What am I trying to say? What do you call those little
The
sacks that?
hybrid or
No, what do you call the belly bags or whatever that kind
oh,
of
fanny
show.
packs.
Fanny packs. Thanks. They're not quite fanny packs. They're more of like something that maybe you put a GPS in or a map, or
Right.
kind of a neat looking
Like a
thing that.
pouch kind of thing.
But it fits on your belt. Anyway, it's sort of the more discreet and nicer looking CCW stuff. So anyway, they're a cool company, and they're CCW related. They sent us some stuff to add to the packages, and then also they're helping us with shipping. And then ATEI, they do a lot of milling on the slides of Glocks and other pistols and stuff to give them more, basically checkering, except nowadays you do it in the cool patterns and the different, cross cuts and stuff to give you the ability to rack the slide a little easier, less effort, and just make your guns look cooler. Anyway, they do a lot of that kind of stuff and finishings and things. So they came on board to help out as well. Then we've got some local shops, 399 Guns, gun shop or online gun shop that sells guns under $400. Anyway, we got some different people on board. We got some people that are interested. It's the beginning of the month still, so we'll see who all joins up, and they'll add to the packages that are going out. And shipping's already covered, so really it's just at this point a way, a collection of stuff to give away, and that's why we're bringing friends like you and other guys online, and guys and gals, I should say, on YouTube and Facebook, and doing podcasts and whatever their different things are, and we're just offering them these packages because there's no way we could give away 100 of them. And we've got the shipping covered, and people are coming up with their own ways to give away this stuff, and then we built the web page to help keep track of it all, and hopefully it'll just be a lot of fun. We'll see a lot of cool pictures. Most of the people are using pictures, something, take a picture of your Glock or do something like that, and then, coming up with their ways of drawing their winners. So hopefully what we'll end up with is a bunch of free Glock stuff out in the world and a whole bunch of pictures to look at. So I appreciate you helping out with the, getting the stuff out there to people.
Well, one of the reasons I was going to do all 5 at once was because I'm going to put those winners in an envelope with my patches and a check and send it to you all at once. Instead of
right on. So then you're
doing one a month or one a week, I'm sorry. But I'm going to do all 5 and send you a whole package at once.
Right on, and that means everybody that wins with you is going to get one of your artisan patches. That's cool.
Yeah, it's going to come with the check for the postage or whatever.
Right on. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Now, I guess I'll have to collect everyone who's listening, and that wins. Please send me your address of shipping, or I guess I need to send it in the envelope with the patches.
Well, however, if they email it to you, just forward it over. I've just got a spreadsheet going with everybody's addresses. Okay. Right now I haven't sent out the first wave yet because I was waiting to see, if we get swag from other companies, I wanted to be able to include that. So we'll probably send out the first wave of everything Wednesday or Thursday, and then it'll just go out probably once a week as we collect stuff and take pictures and then package it up and send it out.
Well, that sounds cool. I mean, I'm just going to send you the information. You can send it out whenever you want to. I'm sure the people who win will be happy to wait a few days if they're going to get it.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's all sort of the seat of our pants, too, because this isn't something that anybody sat down and said, hey, let's try this. It just sort of happened, and hopefully it'll end. Actually, a couple of people I've been talking to are suggesting that, we should do this next year. So, if it works out, then what I'd kind of like to do is make it a charity thing for next year. I picked the Fisher House this time, just because I've never worked with them before. I didn't even really know about them. Are you familiar with them at all?
I think I researched them when we were looking for something for the Crickets project.
Okay. For people that don't know it, and I'll just describe it. Maybe you have more insight on it then. But from what I've understood, there's the Ronald McDonald House is similar, but this is for military families. So if a guy's or gal's a veteran and they have to go into the VA for some sort of procedure, and they might be there for a bit, or if it's, I'm not sure what the criteria are, maybe if it's critical, whatever the criteria are, and they feel that it would be an advantage for that person to have their family along with them, the Fisher House provides housing and the funds, I think even travel, I'm not sure on that, but to get the family there with the injured service person so that, part of the being healthy and part of recuperating and part of, getting through that stuff is having your family nearby. So seems like a pretty decent charity. And then when I did a little bit of online research, something like 92% of their money goes to the campaign, not
That's
towards
pretty good.
advertising. It's like 1 point something to advertising and 2 point something to overhead. And you can't beat that. That is about the best out there.
Yeah.
So for me, it seemed like one that I haven't worked with before. And basically, like Tony, you're being generous and you're throwing $100 down to help cover all the shipping on this stuff. And when you figure, just the magazines themselves, if we put them in envelopes, that's going to be $4 or $5 on the flat rate postage. So, 100, that's $500 right there. So, Tony, you're helping. ATI, the Wilderness, a couple other places are helping out. But if we get more money than we need, nobody's going to make money on this. We're just going to put all that extra money towards the Fisher House. So next year, if we do it again, we'll probably just make sure that there's some extra money on top so that the Fisher House ends up getting something out of
Well,
it.
I'm glad you talked about that because I didn't know that. So I'll try to put a little extra on the check as it comes. So I didn't realize you were working with the Fisher House.
Well, like I say,
That's cool.
this all is just kind of happening, and
Yeah.
it just all kind of came up from the idea that we wanted to see pictures. So I just figure I don't want anybody to think that we're doing this to make a buck, because we're not. We're just doing this to have some fun. And if it gets your YouTube audience to share with somebody's podcast audience, to share with somebody's, who knows, whatever we get online here, a radio show or something,
Right.
that shares it, and that just gets the Second Amendment and all of our the Second Amendment supporters. It just gives us all more strength and unity.
So I'm going to, if people are looking at my Facebook page, I think we have 26 people who entered, which is cool. I appreciate everybody who did. Let's
And you
see.
mentioned that you don't have a massive Facebook page there, so that's something like 10% of your audience. That's awesome turnout. You
Yeah,
can't get that anywhere.
I had like I don't know 212 friends. Now I have 307.
Well, that's
So
cool.
yeah, not a large YouTube. I mean, not a large Facebook page, and that was really actually by design because my Facebook page was really it wasn't like some of these large YouTubers who treat it like a fan page. I treated mine like a friends, like when it says friends, they're actually I know the people.
Well, I'll tell
So
you let me tell you on my Facebook thing. I've got you got two sides of Facebook, or at least different aspects of Facebook. One is the people over there, and then the other one is like the things, right? So I put up gun websites as a thing, like an entity or whatever you want to call it, like a business or an
a
entity or
page or whatever.
right. So
Yeah.
it can only do certain things. It can't like this and that. It can exist and it can get followers, but it can't do stuff. So then you have the people. So then also have an account over there as a person. But I'll tell you, I'm not here to promote Facebook. I think I, I'm assuming I speak for you that they're fairly anti-gun, and it's a way to
Uh,
get out to people who are over there. But it's by no means my favorite of the social medias
I
or
was just
anything.
telling someone today, they were complaining a little bit that I was doing this on Facebook, and I was like, I've only done one giveaway on Facebook, and this is it. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
normally.
I've never done
Uh,
we've been on what, Facebook for 6 years or something, on YouTube since 2009. Yeah, we've never done giveaways. I'm not interested in it. If you don't
yeah,
like our stuff, don't watch. But I just figured, again, this kind of fell in our laps. I'm gonna throw all this stuff away. I figured let's get this stuff out there and have some
I,
fun. Let's share it.
I actually understand that most people don't understand or don't see both sides of the giveaway thing. I've seen it heavily. I feel like sometimes all I do is, what I mean, ship stuff, and I feel like I've gotten so far away from putting out content sometimes. You know what I mean? I feel like and I'm not complaining, guys. The people who are
Well, but it
listening, I'm
seems
not
like most of the
complaining.
time you're doing some kind of
Yeah.
giveaway, it's to raise funds for something that's worthy. So, I mean, it's not like you're saying that, hey, you can get this, but you got to sub my page and you got to like my this and you got to thumbs up my that. You're doing it altruistically, so to speak.
Well, I try, but when I look at my content, when I look at my videos, and half of them are like updates for give, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm not putting any content out there, which is really what I like to do. I'd rather. So anyway, I just
Well,
I
I
see.
guess you have to look back at some point and find out you sold out, Tony.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think you have it all. And like I say, when you do them, it's like you're raising money for Haas. You're raising money for a charity, or you're raising money for awareness. So come on, it's not like you're doing it for your own. And I think you're doing fine.
All right, so I've got. Let me count them real quick before somebody else posts a picture. Because I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. 27 entries. I guess I could put, well, I got to decide whether I'm going to put the random generator. Is it random.org?
If there's more than one, that's the one I end up using most of the time.
Yeah, random.org. So I guess I'll share. share that screen. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. Screen share, random.org, and you can tell me whether it's working or not. Can you see that pretty well there, G-Webs?
No. No. Okay, now just, yep. 1 to 100, we got it.
Lag. Okay, so I got 1 to, what did I say, 27? Okay, so I got to
That's right.
draw. Let me, so what I'm going to do, guys, for those who are listening and have entered, I have a piece of paper here. So I'll have the video to remind me, but in my pen, oh boy, oh there it is. And what I'm going to do is just,
Hey, Tony, they said it's locked on me, so flip it back over to your
oh,
screen.
Is it not?
Well, that's feedback we're getting, but
Okay, it was locked on you for some reason on my side. So can you see it now?
yep, I was just
Okay, that's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start counting from the top, like from the first entry down, not from the bottom up. Okay, just to let people know how I'm counting. And I'm just going to click this thing, do it 5 times. Should I just write the numbers down first and then go announce the winners? Like click generate 5 times, or
Sure.
okay. So we'll keep up with. Wish Barrett was here. He's good at producing these little ta-da, music with his guitar. Okay, so prospect number 1 is going to go to number 13. Okay. Prospect number 2. Are we calling them swag packs? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. We probably should have come up with a name before I started having everybody.
Next year we'll have to be organized and have a name for them.
Exactly.
So number 2 is number 7. Okay. And then generate number 3 is number 3. Ta-da. And number 4 is number 9. And last but not least, 23. 1, 2, 3,
Pretty
4,
good
5.
distribution there.
Yeah, that's funny. That was a good distribution. So let's go back, and I'll go to my Facebook page, and I'll make sure that's generating, propagating on the screen, right?
Yep, we're seeing it just fine.
Okay, so
pictures, Glock pictures.
This may be a little bit of a. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit. If that helps him. That didn't help much, did it?
No, it zoomed in. That's good.
Is it Control plus? Okay, so number 1. Let's see. First prize is number 13. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess if I was smart, I could have done number 7. Anyway, I get myself confused. I always overthink stuff, so I'll just.
Well, let's do this. We need number 3 first.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. You wrote them down. Yeah. Number 3. Okay. But number 3, it doesn't matter. That's right. The prospects are all the same, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, at least they're going to be random. Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Seth Poor. Seth Poor. And then the next one is 7.
Yep.
4, 5, 6, 7. Scott Speakman.
Right on, Pink Panther.
Is he the Pink Panther?
That's right.
I didn't know that. Isn't that funny? And okay, number 9.
He might have already won one, but we'll just have you give one out later in the month if that's the case, because we're going to send one to everybody because we don't, there's no point in sending 2 to the same person.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Nah, but don't worry. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, we'll find out later. And like I say, we got all month to do this.
Don Nielsen. So that means I wouldn't have to draw another winner?
Nah, don't worry about alternates or anything like that. Okay. So that was number 9 is Don.
Yeah, so then we got number 13, 10, 11, 12, 13. Dale Myers.
That's a nice one. It's got a bayonet and an extendo.
He's a long-time viewer.
Right on.
And then 19, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 is Chris
Chris K.
Kentman.
That is which one? 13? No, 23.
23, I'm sorry. Did I say 13?
No, I just messed up. So that one is number 23.
Campman.
I'm just going with Chris K. Gotcha.
Very cool.
Right on.
Sorry I don't have music set up and all that and fanfare, but I don't know. I appreciate everybody who entered. That's really nice. I know I'll never hear from you again, but it's okay. I'm just kidding. That was a fun video I did though. I actually went to Ace Hardware and bought that foliage, that fake, you know.
Oh, I
October.
figured you were getting yelled at for putting it on the dining room table or something.
Oh no, my wife yelled at me for bringing it inside. She thought it was real. She was like, "Why are you bringing that in here for?" I said, "Honey, it's fake. You know, we could put it on the door or something." And then I bought that little owl, and I came up with the whole who likes Glocks. That was fun, but nobody got it. But I guess anyway, I had fun. That's all that matters. Doing it.
That's what it's all about.
I know that's funny. So, what's next?
What do you mean?
I don't know. What is next? Let's see. Let me take it off screen share here.
Well, tonight there's probably going to be a live show over on. It looks like Stone Guy is going to be running the show. They're going to start doing their Walking Dead shows in a couple of weeks here, not next week or something. So those are getting warmed up. I guess they're getting ready to start talking about the Walking Dead each week and the sci-fi nerd geek shows, whatever they call it.
Oh, you said something about loving Glocks earlier, and it reminded me that if that did you see the thing Jaeger posted today about the Glock 17 Gen 2 for 329? That was AGS armament or something.
No, I was having to work today, so I didn't see nothing yet.
I actually called. If they had answered their phone, I probably would have bought one. They had a hand select fee, but they didn't mention what it was on the Facebook page.
These are police buybacks or something?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And they look, of course, the one they had in the photograph looked pretty good. But I was going to call them and see what because I thought 329 was pretty good. I mean, I know it's an older Glock, but I've always wanted a 17, and especially something Gen 2, not anything later than that. Gen 2 or Gen 1, really. And of course, people were saying, "Oh, it's only worth $150," you know, that kind of stuff. But it's funny how if you're really like I was looking at it kind of as a collector type thing, not, you know what I mean? To me, it has a certain value. Just the historical value of it has a certain value that.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? You don't think?
Don't tell me about that. I don't need to start a collection of ex-police or of police, old retired police Glocks, because then there's no end. They've been given police Glocks.
I don't mean because it was owned by police. I just mean because it's a, you know.
But wouldn't that be a cool collection? All kinds of Glocks, from just like how some people collect badges or patches, you could collect their Glocks.
Well, see, you have the right mindset. I was just thinking, because see. People were posting the comment that no rail, no deal. You know, and I was like, dude, I love it because it doesn't have a rail on it. You know, because I don't like crap on my guns. You know, and plus, I would rather. I don't actually train with a light. I do have lights, but I would hold them in my hand. You know, I'm the type of person I think would rather not have a light mounted on the front of the pistol. And I don't know, it's just the way I am. I don't like crap on my guns. But anyway, I like the fact that it didn't have a rail on it, you know, and I think that's what attracts me to Gen 2 or Gen 1, you know, on the Glock 17. So, no, if they had if they had just answered the phone today, that I would have been like, okay, I want one. Because I actually went on Gunbroker and I couldn't find one for less than $400. And I know Gunbroker is not the end all you know uh, place to price something, but it is an
Well,
indicator of the
yeah,
market.
it's pretty much a good indicator. It's nationwide at this point, and unless you're definitely able to find, unusual or people that are willing to spend a lot more or find things a lot less. But I would say Gunbroker is pretty much going to be your mean.
And they weren't going for what's the arms list? There was another one. There's a couple of auction sites that they were not going less than $400 on. So I thought the 329 plus the even if I paid the hand select fee, which I wouldn't think would be more than 15 or $20, you're still looking at 350. I don't think that's a bad price. So, well, do you have any news or anything to? I'm kind of that was my goal tonight was to
Oh
get
yeah,
one of
well
those.
if there's I don't know if anybody's still watching, but I decided to just make patches for Haas or get them made. So we're doing like I don't know what to call it. It's Indiegogo. It's sort of like Kickstarter. It's a crowdsourcing thing. And
Oh, I
basically
was
for
going to
ten
try
bucks,
Indiegogo. Yeah,
you were gonna try it. I'd say it's worth it. I like it.
yeah,
I've tried both now, and I've had successes and failures on both now. I think. Well, I've created a failure on one because I just wanted to see what would happen when it fails. And I was just kind of playing with it. But the Haas one's a winner, even if it doesn't win. If it doesn't go all the way to the goal, it's still we got enough to make the patches now. And
it's
I'll tell you this.
easier to receive money on Indiegogo than it is on Kickstarter.
Well,
You
they
have
give
to
you
have an
two
Amazon
options.
payment.
Yeah. Well, okay. There's two reasons. Yeah.
Yeah,
They first off, the Indiegogo uses PayPal, which is a million times easier than stupid
right,
Amazon payments. You're right.
right,
And then Indiegogo though also lets you immediately take the money or wait until the project ends, which
right.
is great because certain things like when I did the cards, I wouldn't have wanted $8,000 when I needed 12,000 because then what am I going to return $8,000? Right? That would have been a real pain. So sometimes I could see where you want it to only work if it pays off, like if it can pay for everything on a big complicated project like that. But for this project, basically I just priced it out so I could get Haas a whole bunch of patches and a whole bunch of stickers, right? And what we're up to 50% of that almost right now, or at 50% I think right now. I forgot, I haven't looked in a while. But in any case, whenever we got to about 400 something dollars, I was like, okay, I can buy some patches with that. I can't buy. It's not the big one I wanted to buy them because patches are like one of these things where the more you buy, the cheaper they get. So after a while, you're buying for the same price, you're getting like twice as many patches, right? So that's what I wanted to get to that level where you can get a whole bunch of them, and then Haas doesn't have to worry about patches for a while. He can just give them out, trade them, sell them, whatever he wants to do.
Right.
But basically, we got to where we're getting patches no matter what. So it's if we keep getting money on board, if people keep buying patches for $10, then Haas will just get more and more and more and more extra patches. But either way, we already all won. The patches are being made. They're hopefully they'll be here by the time Haas rolls through Tucson, and he can just take them home with him, no
You
shipping.
mind texting me or emailing me the company? Because the last company that I used for my patches, I felt like I paid too much. I was going to have
Okay.
some more run. Um, I've only got like 50 or 60 left out of the 250 I had made.
Oh, right on. Good.
So I need to have another batch run. But I
Well,
don't have
but
a
anyway,
problem. I don't have a problem with people as long as people know that when they donate or they invest, I can actually consider it an investment, not a donation. But when they invest, as long as they know their money's going to go away, whether the goal is met or not, I don't have a problem with the not meeting the goal thing because you
oh
can
no,
always
yeah,
you
exactly.
can
For this
leverage
kind of
that
thing, it's
money.
perfect. Exactly.
Yeah, you can leverage that money and actually complete your, I mean, if you're looking at a startup company, if somebody was trying to raise 20 and they raised 10,000, they could go to the bank and say, look, I've got $10,000 worth of collateral now. I can borrow. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No,
That's
yeah, exactly. And I can see that being so much more, useful than that Kickstarter version. And honestly, I don't know. They're still both interesting for sure. And I'm probably going
yeah.
to try Kickstarter again because I don't want to give up on it yet. It seems like there's some people over there that really, invest a lot of time and energy in that thing. So I think it's worth playing around with. But that Indiegogo is a great alternative. I'm going to do a video here in a bit because I've tried a couple of different of these crowdsourcing things now to see how they work, and they're all super simple. So I'll do a video trying to explain it to people so that they can hopefully get encouraged to try one of them. And then if I can explain it well enough, they can pick the one that might work best for them and save them some time or something. But anyways, like I say, you get a patch, a sticker. I think we'll be able to get to the point where I can say a patch and a sticker. Right now, we're just dealing with patches, but if we can meet our goal, which is $1,000, which is 100 people buying a patch and a sticker for $10 shipped, and I figure that's a pretty decent deal. All we got to do is get another 40, 60 people on. I think we have 40 people on board. Whatever, we're about halfway there, and we got another day or so. And Haas isn't even. He's in the middle of training, so he's not even out pushing it or anything. So if it gets around and we get it filled up, then everybody will get a sticker and a patch for $10 shipped. And like I say, Haas will end up with all the rest. And I'll probably be able to buy him dinner or something when he's here. We haven't, I mean, I factored in shipping and stuff. I think pretty good.
Well, I can't wait to get mine. I ordered 3 of them. I think I did the $25.
So let me ask you this. I don't know what the costs are going to be like, because sometimes, let's say you buy a bunch and then you cut that in half and do 2 colors. They don't consider it the total number anymore. They consider it the 2 pieces. So if you were going to do, let's say, like you did 250, then they would say, now you want 2 colors? No problem. Now you got 2 runs of 125. And depending on, what you're doing in size and everything, that can double the price of a patch. So, I'm not sure if we should do it.
I thought you meant 2 colors on the patch. You mean 2 different patches with 2 different colors.
Well, I was thinking, first I just said, let's just do this. So I just sent him his artwork that he gave me for his shirts a long time ago, which is just a big, Haas's logo. And it's white and black. And then when they got it, I talked to him a bit to make sure that I've never actually asked them to put a flame underneath this. I want this by November 1st when he's here. I've never asked him to do it fast before. So, I was trying to be nice about it, but I also wanted to find out, well, if we do, I was thinking the white ones will be cool and everything, and they're fine. But, why not try to do some that are a little darker for, subdued stuff? So I was thinking green and black. So one with white and black and one with green and black. I still have to figure out where we're at with the thing. So in other words, if I was going to do a whole bunch for him, we could do 2 batches of medium-sized batches instead of 1 big batch and do them in green and white. And then he has like a, dress one and a subdued one. What do you think? Or should I just go with the white ones?
Well, I went with the tan and that darker green because I was looking at the types of hats they would go on. Like these are the 511, the patch hats. And so I let that kind of help me make the decision on my colors. You see, they kind of match. I don't know if you can see that.
Sure.
So I don't know. The black seems...
Well, we'll see. It's not like we got to wait a month for this. We'll know in a day or so, well, in 30 hours, I guess, if it funds. If it funds, then I'll talk to Haas and find out if he wants to or not. But I figure it doesn't cost nothing. It costs like $35, I think, to have him do a second one so we can see it, and then we'll see. But anyway, so that might be a potential. I just don't want to put the cart before the horse yet. But we're definitely all getting patches, so that's cool. That's a done deal. And then if we get it funded, there'll definitely be stickers involved as well, and then hopefully, or maybe potentially, a second color one. Anyway, so
that'd be cool.
Pretty neat. I really definitely think the Indiegogo is a good thing for doing something like that, where, I'm not sure if everybody's going to like this. And it's almost like a pre-order. If people aren't interested, then real quick, and if they are interested, then you can kind of, like you say, incrementally get the project done.
Right. Well, you're not trying to buy one big thing, like you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about those cards. You had to, in order to publish them here, they had a minimum order. These other places, they don't have minimum orders. It just costs more to do fewer. But, like I say, you can figure that out.
I don't know why this just popped into my head. I think he tried to crowdsource fund this, but did you see? What's his name? The anarchist milling machine for the lowers.
I heard about some sort of like desktop 3D printer, but I haven't looked at it at all.
Actually, what it is, it's a CNC. It's like a desktop CNC machine.
Right.
And you load the lower in there, and it drills out you load the 80% lower in there, and it drills it out. And I don't know why it just popped into my head. I think he did crowdsource fund it though.
Well, I tell you what, as far as the printing and that kind of thing, that's what Kickstarter is all about. You can have a lot of fun if you're that kind of person, engineer-oriented type of person who likes to see things like that being made. There are a lot of do-it-yourself kits that people are taking from I make this one, it's like a proof of concept. Now I'd like to do 10 or 100 of them, and this is how much it'll cost for the parts. Let's do it. And all kinds of nifty little laser 3D scanners and printers and uh, various plotters and cutters and stuff. It's pretty neat. I'm waiting for the really cool lasers to come down in price.
Oh yeah.
Or some sort of modular head where you could take you've got your 3D platform now, just take out the plastic feed and put in a laser cutter. So now you can use the same guts to do the three-dimensional movement and cut instead of create.
I think he got
vinyl or something.
I think he kind of got disgusted with the whole plastic thing like I did, because it's not the current technology is not the plastic when the plastic bonds together, when it's heated up, it's not the best bond.
Right. So, well, the idea is that you prototype it in a 3D printer, but then you would ideally put it into some other type of production, right? You would have it cast in rubber and then molded in solid
but how many people thought that, how many people were like me that thought they were going to, get a 3D printer and print a lower?
Oh.
Because, you know what I mean? I mean, he actually printed, what's his name? Cody, what is it? Not Cody. Anyway, the anarchist, you know who I'm talking about. The guy who printed the gun.
I don't know specifically, but I remember there was a person that printed a gun and freaked everybody out.
Yeah. He wasn't into it for the prototyping. He was, of course, he was into it for more of the anarchy than anything. Not even 3D printing, but Defense Distributed. That's who it was. That's his company's name. Cody Wilson. It was Cody Wilson. Okay. But anyway, I just had to settle that in my mind. But I mean, his whole thing is, I mean, to me, when I look at his eyes, he's just more interested in destabilizing our country than he is technology. Well, he's for destabilization through technology. Anyway, that's my political rant for tonight. That's why I quit. That's why I quit printing all of the gun stuff that he was supporting, because I ended up not really liking it too much.
Well, I mean, if you haven't already dismantled that thing, I'll still throw out my request, or I'll throw my request out again for Gun Website's logo in 3D. That'd be cool.
Oh, I actually printed one. Where did it go? And I couldn't get the. Where did it go?
How long did it end up taking to do all that? Was it like hours or?
Just about an hour. But the thing is, there's a service. There's an online service you can actually send your files to clean them up. And for some reason, even when I sent it to that, excuse me, I couldn't get the. There's so much detail right there. I couldn't get it to print properly.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'll try again. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and print one and just send it to you for the fun of it, so you can see what I'm talking about.
Right on. I don't care if it's messed up. Definitely don't waste a lot of your time on it or anything. But
it's no big deal. All I got to do is it's already drawn and everything. All I got to do is load it, just send it to the printer again. But it was all
blue.
It was all
color.
Yeah, I do have blue. It's kind of a dark.
I'll take that if it's available.
It was so garbled that you could almost read it, And I was trying to make the three guys on three different planes.
Well, that's what I was curious, is how the software, if it would round them each, or if it would, give them like a plateau type of stepped thing, or how it would do it.
I have to do that part. I actually drew it in SketchUp, and then I exported it. I export it as a file that the printer will accept.
Oh, so
And
it's not like you were able to just take the file, drop it into the thing, and it scanned it. You had to recreate it.
see, the newer printers are like just drop the SketchUp file. You can drop the files right in, and it's not a problem. But for this one, for some reason, I always have to clean. There's a cloud-based service that it's free that you send your files to, and it cleans up all the little faces. It's really an amazing algorithm they have. It's just crazy how well it works. You wonder how it makes all those little assumptions right. But anyway, if you have missing faces, see, that would end up as a hole in it when you printed it.
Ah,
And so what that cloud-based service does is that it's called NetFab. I just remember, and they sell the software that you can buy, but they also have you can send it to them in about a few minutes. They'll email you back the the, the file that's corrected, and it will have. But for some reason on that logo, I couldn't get it to. It kept coming back with holes in it.
hmm.
But I'm going to go ahead
Would
and
it help
print it
if I
anyway.
sent you a bigger version or something, maybe?
Yeah, try that. But I'm going to go ahead and print one and put it in the envelope that I'm going to send you with the patches.
Okay, that's good enough. I appreciate it.
So let's see.
Well, it was a good show. Like I say, I'm not sure how long or how much help we'll get giving away stuff. So maybe I can recruit you later on in the month if we have more stuff to give away to
Yeah.
do this again.
Oh,
Cool.
that'll be fun. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, G Webs. I appreciate your help. And
You bet. Thank you.
all right, we'll see you.